What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Black and White 2. In the last episode, we proceeded on from Route 1 on to Route 17 and eventually Route 18, where we are at now. And we got a lot of ground to cover here on this route as we make our way through here. Now, there are all sorts of trainers that we're going to be battling in this area, many of whom are much higher level than anything we've faced before. First, I'm going to head into here. Wait. Aren't your Pokemon a bit tired? Here, don't be shy. Let them rest. Okay, I will take that. So you can always come back to this house and rest up a little bit. I don't have to use my max potions. We also got this guy here. Hey, check it out. I got a sweet deal for you. You know how Pokemon like to hide behind stones or rocks? Sometimes they add cool stuff too. If you find something cool behind a rock, you should bring it to me. I'll make it worth your while. So this guy in particular is going to give you lots and lots of money for this item right here, the rare bone. We're going to get 10,000 a piece. So I'm going to trade in all my rare bones to this guy. So give me just a second while I do that, and then we can move on from here and go over, again, all of the trainers that we're going to be battling in this area, because there are a lot. I'm honestly thinking it's going to probably take us this episode and the next episode to get through this area, and also the rest of Route 17, where all that connects to as well. So, yeah, we still got a little bit left to do, but we got a lot of fights ahead, and this is going to be really good training for the team. So here we go. All right, I am going to want to push this boulder down. I am looking for a black belt here, who is definitely who I want to face first, and I think it's this guy. So let's do that. And I've got Challenger at the front of the party for exactly this reason. There's really only like one fight here that's like kind of a waste of your time, but all the rest of these are just like such good sources of experiences. I don't know why I said experiences. Experience, excuse me. And I am going to just be lazy and Brave Bird my way through this entire fight, because of course you're going to use Endure, you dick. Of course you are. Well, I can still keep using Brave Bird because the recoil damage on 1 HP is completely negligible. That is going to be a lot of recoil damage, though, with Hariyama's HP stat. My goodness. So, yeah, keep trying to use Endure. And then there's a possibility that Throw has Sturdy, I think, because that is likely going to be his next Pokemon. Oh, no, sorry. Only Sock has Sturdy. Throw has Guts or Inner Focus, so we'll be fine. And then there is, last but certainly not least, is Hitmontop. But again, should just be able to break through this no problem. It's the veterans that are all over this route that are actually the scary ones. There is another veteran that we have yet to fight that has a rotation battle, because we already fought the one with the triple battle in the last episode. And then there is 2 veterans that are each packing really powerful Pokemon that are at level 70, but just 1 apiece. So we'll be going over those as well, but I got to make sure I use the right Pokemon in the correct fights. Otherwise, I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble here. A lot of damage. A lot of recoil damage for Challenger, but that's okay. It's not like we're not going to go heal right after the fact anyway. So that was the only fight I wanted to use Challenger in anyway. Okay, let me head down here and grab myself a rare candy. Love accumulating all of these. I want to say I have like 10 now at this point, so pretty proud of that, because I'm going to be able to use all of those right before we get into the end of the game. So it looks like our last held item is actually down below the cliff. Let me go heal up again. Okay, and now we can proceed. So, I don't think there's anything up here, so now we can head down the slope. Yes, I see that there is a hiker over there. I will deal with them in a minute. They're going to be packing rock and ground type Pokemon, so I'm going to want to use Tomoe for that fight for sure. Let's head through here first. Oh, hold on. Before I fight this guy, I actually don't know if this is the single battle or triple battle guy. I'm going to assume it could be either one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Tomoe at the front of the party. I am going to move the Lucky Egg onto Tomoe. Right? Did I do that right? I think I did that right. And then I'm also going to want to have Kamina there. Possibly, I think. I hope I don't have the orientation wrong here. And then Farina. Yeah. Okay, I think I did this right. Maybe. I guess it's a rotation battle, so it doesn't 100% matter anyway. We'll just go for it and see how this works out. I could get lucky. I could not get lucky. It also might not be the rotation battle. It might be the other guy. It is the other guy. Okay, so never mind. This is all Tomoe's fight. Perfect. That worked out great. So, Tyranitar at level 70. Very, very powerful Pokemon with amazing base stats all the way around. Much better, I was going to say much better defenses and special defenses, but honestly, it's just really good regardless. I'm going to try to hit it with a Scald, because I get the feeling a Hydro Cannon isn't going to be enough to outright knock this thing out. So I was going to see if I could do some burn damage, and I am glad that I took that risk, because I don't... Yeah, Hydro Cannon would not have been enough until now. Now it will for sure go down. And I'm also glad that that Stone Edge missed, because that would have hurt a lot. Tyranitar's physical attack is extremely high. It's also got great defenses all the way around and high HP. It's just a very good Pokemon. Its worst stat is speed, but that's pretty much negligible. It's really, really good. Luckily, I was able to take it out with a lot of luck. So now we can continue. Not that I was worried about it necessarily one-shotting Tomoe or anything, but yeah, you never know. All right. So I think that this other veteran over here on the left side walkway, I'm pretty sure is the other trainer that only has one Pokemon. The other veteran, excuse me, and I think the last one with the rotation battle is elsewhere. But I want Tomoe for that fight as well. Tomoe is going to get a lot of experience in this area. My goodness. Almost too much, to the point where I'm going to probably have to end up neglecting giving her rare candies once all is said and done. I mean, she can just keep over-leveling at this point. I don't even care. So this first one's really easy, but then the next two Pokemon are a little bit tougher, and one of them might have Sturdy. We will see, and that's Crustle here. In fact, it almost certainly will. Could have Shell Armor, but I'm going to assume Sturdy. Not that I'm too worried about it hitting me back too badly. And no, it did have Shell Armor. Okay, we'll take it. So that is almost enough level 75. This last Pokemon should do the trick because it's going to be Hippowdon, which already has Sandstream just like Hippopotas does. So I'm just going to Scald this thing. So hopefully it just knocks it out in one shot with our level disparity. I mean, 10 levels should be enough. Special defense is its worst stat anyway. So there we go. That should put Tomoe at level 75. And like I said, I'm going to actually keep Tomoe at the front of the party as we run down here to take on this veteran. All right, I really hope... No, in fact, I know you're the single one because there is only... You are the only other woman veteran over here, and we already fought the first one. So this one is going to have Salamence as opposed to the Tyranitar we fought earlier, another pseudo-legendary Pokemon. Dragon and Flying, and it has the ability Intimidate, but I should be able to bypass it with a nice Ice Beam here. Is this going to be enough to one-shot it without Stab? I don't know. I know this Draco Meteor is going to hurt a lot. It is very fast. Holy crapola. Well, let's hope this Ice Beam does a lot of damage here. Otherwise, I might be in trouble. Hey! Okay, still was enough. Thank goodness. That 5-level difference is, I'm sure, what made it up. And Ice Beam is still such a great move, so I don't see why it wouldn't. Now let's grab ourselves this item here. TM19 Telekinesis, which just raises the target in the air for 3 turns so that they won't be able to be hit by ground moves. Pretty simple. Not like a super amazing move or anything, and not one I'm going to worry about too much. Now, really quickly, before we proceed northward, there was this item that I neglected to get over here, a Pearl String, one of the most valuable selling items in the game. Again, take that over to the one in Iciris City. But now we can head over here, and as I go this way, I'm going to be very careful about where I step. Okay, looks like the Battle Girl's on the beach. Hello? I'm going to keep this the exact way I want. Actually. I'm actually going to switch Jack with Tomoe. I think Tomoe can stay back in the party for a little while. I'll go back and heal. I'm going to put the Lucky Egg back on Kamina, I think. And let's talk to you. The ring is my rolling sea, the towering waves shaped me. Crash, crash, crasher, wake. Crash, crash, crasher, wake. I'm the tidal wave of power to wash you away. Put out the fire, crasher, wake. Run from the electricity, crasher, wake. The ring is my sea. Do you know what the wake is singing? It's the theme song of Crasher Wake, pro wrestler and gym leader of Pastoria City in the Sinnoh region. You know it? Yes, I think. Yeah, that's right. I'm the gym leader who's got it all as a Pokemon pro wrestler and a singer on Pastoria Gym's Crasher Wake. Just a little bit of Crasher Wake trivia for you. Everyone says I'm a wrestler from abroad, but the truth is, I was born and raised in the Sinnoh region. It's what they call my gimmick. But hey, that's a secret, okay? Okay, time to take off for Driftvale City. All right, dude. I guess we'll see you later. All right, let's continue through here. There you are. All right, it's rotation battle time. Now I'm going to have to be very careful about how I preempt this because Kamina is going to be ideal for this fight. except against one Pokemon, and I need to be really careful about which one I'm going up against. So, right now, and yeah, see, this is what I'm worried about. Who is going to be at the front here? It is Jack. So I'm going to assume that they are going to try to switch to Crocodile here. So I'm going to hit with the Aura Sphere. Nope, didn't do it. Okay, that's what my assumption was going to be. Did not happen. Hopefully that's still a fair bit of damage, and it is. Holy crap, it's going to close that's why it didn't swap. Okay, well, I'm going to assume I can survive that with the, there we go, we'll take it. Hurt by Rocky Helmet as well. Let's try for another Aura Sphere. Ah, ha, 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 there's the swap. Okay, Crocodile is the only one I'm worried about here. Everything else can be dealt with by Kamina. But I need to take this Crocodile out first, and I did. Okay, we're good. So now we're going to rotate, and I'm just going to do the rest with my Jolteon, especially since Jack hit level 73 off of that. So also level 73, and now Farina is the only one kind of lagging behind. Oh my gosh, everyone leveled up off of that one Pokemon. That is so funny. Well, that was a super productive one. All right, I'm going to not take any risks here. That's the wrong way. I always do that first. Thunderbolt. And either way, Relicanth or Staraptor, they're both going to go down to this in one shot because they are both very, very weak to it. This is a much easier fight than the other veteran that we went up against. We just needed to preempt that Crocodile. That was the only one. What? Game, why do you do this? I swear it doesn't do this all the time. Sometimes it decides to do it and sometimes it doesn't, where it's just like, no, you're just going to select the same move as before, and then other times it's like, no, I'm going to default back to Signal Beam for whatever reason. Stop doing that. Yay, yay. Get out of here. All right, there we go. Now we got one more fight left to take care of here on Challenge Rock that I'm going to do. We also got a few more items to go after, but I want this first. This is the Magma Stone, and this is necessary for encountering the last legendary that we have yet to discover in this game. That is going to be something that we're going to have to take to, I almost said the wrong mountain, not Twist Mountain. It is Reversal Mountain, excuse me, to encounter one more legendary Pokemon. But first things first, actually, do I need to surf down to it? I think I do. Well, hold on a second. I always forget how these like areas are connected here. Oh, that's right. I have to go out to Route 17 and then come back. Okay, well, Kamina's at the front of the party, right? No, she's not, but she will be. So I guess we can get through the rest of this area. So let me quickly, I want to make sure I'm actually like going through here the proper way, because I really don't want to actually end up in the last area. I'm going to go this way first. Correct. Okay. Ah, wait, no, that took me too far. I'm probably going to have to backtrack here. Yep. Okay, so we're going to work our way around. Do I have... okay, I do need the dowsing machine here for this little spot. Keep that max repel going. We're going to get a Shoal Salt. This is an item that is necessary for making shell bells back in Generation 3. But in Generation 5, this is just for selling to the Gourmet Maniac for $7,000. This is the same item Maniac that was back on the route next to the Driftveil Drawbridge. So the one you're selling mushrooms to, essentially. The ingredients one. So let's get through these last couple of fights. There are a couple of trainers here we're going to want to take care of, and then we can make our way back to Route 18. I just need to dodge all of the currents on my way there. So, Swimmer Right, you're the one with, okay, you have Sharpedo. That's right. Okay, I'm not too worried about this one. So this is, yeah, this will be a pretty simple battle here. We'll just Thunderbolt our way through it. And then the last trainer is going to have, I think, Chinchou and Gorobess. And then we should be done with all the trainers on Route 17. There might be one more item I need to get here. I can't remember exactly. Possibly two. But I think we actually need to get to the last area before we collect those. Let's just take out this Sharpedo. I am going to switch off of Kamina for the last fight over on Route 18 because it's another fighting type trainer. And I would very much like to use Challenger on that fight. Ow! Okay, not through there. Never mind. I don't know why I thought I could fit through there, so I'm going to have to backtrack again. Let's go. No! Son of a freaking... Okay, D-pad. Can you please not? Okay, now we're going to finally squeeze through here properly. My gosh, did that need to be so difficult? And yes, I am aware that there are items over there that we can go after, but I want to get this fight out of the way first. I want to get both the fights out of the way first, honestly. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to the rest house before we call this an episode. Or at least I'll do that between episodes, I should say. So yeah, Chinchou is always going to have Volt Absorb, so I do not want to use... actually, I guess it can have Illuminate. So I'm going to be better safe than sorry here. I don't want to waste an entire turn accidentally healing it or not doing any damage at all. So we'll just Shadow Ball this thing a couple of times, and then the other Pokemon can get Thunderbolted because it is Gorebyss. And hopefully Gorebyss is enough to push Kamina to level 74, but it's going to be close. Super, super close. And then, like I said, I'm just going to use Challenger for that last fight over there on the beach. There are some items to be grabbed over on the beach as well, though, that I'm going to want to go after. So definitely going to want to have those. There we go. Level 74. Beautiful. We'll take that. Okay. I think we are done with all of the other items in this. I mean, there's the ones that are like on the further end of the route, but I'll get those a little bit later. So let's grab ourselves a Pearl. There is also another hidden item around here somewhere. Is it over this way? I think. Oh, mate, I might have missed one over on that side. Oops. That's my bad. I'm going to reuse that Max Repel. I know I'm getting really low at this point. Let's just put Challenger at the front of the party here. And I'm going to move the Lucky Egg back into the front slot. Let's just get through this fight. If possible, please. Here we go. So, that Pearl right there, by the way, that can occasionally reappear. So, if you come back to this route every so often, you'll still find it. Just make sure you keep your dowsing machine on standby. There is another one that you can also find on the sand, but I'm going to see if I can actually track it down first. It might not actually be here right now, but it's almost a little bit redundant given what we just got in the last episode. Take care of that Poliwrath first. Be a lot of recoil damage, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm going to go back and heal between episodes, so it's fine. The sock, though, I don't trust that this sock doesn't have sturdy, so actually I'm going to get a Thrash going, or it's going to do that too. Let's see how much damage this does. It's still going to be a lot. Let's find out. Oh my gosh, it did endure the hit. Now let's see if Challenger gets confused after this. If it doesn't, I'm going to keep him in. I'm going to say keep battling. Okay, we're good. Yeah, one more Thrash use. Now we're definitely going to be confused, but this might knock it out. Yes! Holy crap, Thrash is so unbelievably strong. I don't even care that Challenger is confused. We got through that fight pretty darn easily. So now, I'm going to head past you, and we're going to grab this item over here, get ourselves an iron. I'm just going to pull my dowsing machine back out. And then right here on the side, we're going to get ourselves a PP Max. Now, it's looking like the other item that I was going to go after in this area is not appearing. Oh, nope. There it is. Never mind. It's over here. Let's see if we can get this thing. So right here on the sand, we have ourselves a PP Max again. So actually, this did all connect, didn't it? Okay, I didn't... Did it? Well, no, it doesn't. No, it is completely locked off. A Prism Scale. Okay, this is the other item that can reappear. So we already got one in the last episode. Like I said, this is necessary for evolving Feebas into Milotic if you absolutely must. I do not need two of them, though. In fact, I really don't even need one of them because I am not out here trying to complete the Pokedex or anything, but whatever, I will take it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Black and White 2. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode very, very much. I'm going to make my way back to this part of Route 17, and I'm going to go after that item probably, or the last two items in the next episode, mainly because I want to heal my entire team up, because we are actually in for a little bit of a challenge in the next episode, and we are going to want to be prepared for that. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all then.